Hello, esteemed board of the Dylan and Joe Basement Podcast. This is Chairman Collins submitting my pitch for the new website name. I watched the whole pitch from Chairman Reed and I was blown away. Great pitch. It was funny, insightful, had a couple of new ideas. I particularly liked the part where you couldn't remember Bill Gates' name or Jeff Bezos. Prepared as always, as Mr. Reed is for every podcast. Prepared being that he has his phone in his hand and he can't use a search engine to look up what was the name of that search engine again? Oh, yes, Google. The point at hand. At the Dylan and Joe Basement Podcast, we are consummate professionals. Businessmen, as you are. We do business, and we want to make cold, hard cash, baby. I want to make that money, and so do you. Although quite hilarious as lobstersonly.com's name is, it does not at all describe what product we are putting on the market. Now you understand that when it comes to Google and Amazon, you're right. Google doesn't mean anything and Amazon had nothing to do with rainforests. But Amazon's website is not called lobstersonly.com. It's called amazon.com because when people go look for Amazon products, they go to amazon.com. If you want to Google something, you don't go to dogshit.net, you go to google.com. You're mixing up the names of the businesses with the actual domain names of the website. Now, if you want to change our podcast name to Lobsters Only, I'm all on board with that. But as long as our podcast name is the Dylan and Joe Basement Podcast, it does follow that our website would be called that as well, and not a completely unrelated name. You understand? You see, when our avid listeners go log into our website, we want them to feel like they're right at home on the Dylan and Joe Basement Podcast website, not slightly confused about their crustacean lovemaking website that they thought they were logging into. What was the name of your website again? Oh, it's a funny thing. Joe did this commercial. We thought it'd be silly, and the name kind of stuck. You see what I mean? We look like morons. More than we already do. Esteemed board members, you must hear what I'm saying here. This man's insane, and as funny and creative as he always is, we well appreciate it. He's gone too far yet again. As a professional outfit, I think we should do our best to create the most quality product possible, not some viraling marketing campaign bullshit. LobstersOnly.com is the equivalent of some clickbait, where we're here to make actual materials for our customers today. The Dylan and Joe Basement Podcast can last on its own merit. We don't need people to be tricked into going on our website because they saw some bumper sticker with lobstersonly.com. Although that would be very cool looking and maybe we'd have a lobster or something. It does sound pretty funny and cool. But it's not boring enough to be a business idea, don't you see? We have to cut through the bullshit. And the bullshit is coming right from your mouth, Mr. Reed. And right into my nose and ears and eyes. And my mouth as well. Oh, we've secured the Walmart account? That's great news. Tell them I'm excited about it right away. You see, at the Dylan and Joe Basement Podcast, we are beholden to our sponsors and our listeners, and us fucking around sideways, although it is a major part of our brand, is not the future of the podcast. I know that we're better than that, and that our website designer is better than that, and that our fans are better than that. They're better than the stupid joke name for the website that Kirsten took all this time making for us to have a stupid, funny shit boy name. Why don't we call it toiletspanker.com? That bumper sticker will get people talking, won't it? Or, I don't know, something better than that. Like, you get what I'm saying here, folks? So let's take a page out of the book of websites like Amazon, Google, Shakira, and let's call our website what the podcast is called. It's hard enough getting people on board when they know what it is, but when they don't know what it is, how the fuck are we supposed to get them then? So to the esteemed members of the board, I hope you appreciate my feedback and my pitch. Please let me know what you think about it, and we can see what we'll do moving forward here and start the voting process. Until then, well, it's time for me to get back to business. You should too.
To me, it look like a leprechaun to me. All you gotta do is look up in the tree. Who else in the leprechaun say yeah? Yeah!